Welcome back, everybody. Round 2 here on Conley with TCGplayer.com. Playing Mono Black Eldrazi in prep for Grand Prix Denver. Going to be working on this one for the next couple weeks. I really think it has a lot of promise in the current metagame. It attacks people's hands, which is, I think, very important against all the fringe combo decks and blue-white flash and all the control decks as well. And then in addition to that, it puts pressure on any opponent that's just kind of dirtling around. And also because it puts pressure on people, it can just it can actually win against aggro before aggro can kind of get enough damage through or punch enough damage through, because our play ramps up dramatically over time. I do feel like aggro is probably one of our worst game one situations, but it's probably not too bad if we get the right draw. Like here we got a harsh scrutiny. If we'd had that on turn 1, it would have been huge for us. We can still play it on turn 3 here because we didn't draw Ruins of Warnreef. So turn 2 Scrounger plus Harsh Scrutiny will still be fine. But it's going to be difficult to race against this thing. He's going to be getting life back. So we're going to be attacking for 3, but he's only taking 2 while we're taking 2 as well. I actually don't know what kind of deck. He might be... not sure. I could see a lot of decks trying to use this. It's essentially a 2-power 1-drop that actually gains you a life, as long as it can get attacking. It, of course, doesn't deal an extra damage to the player, but in this spot, my Scrounger can't block. Key little piece of text down there. Alright. Maybe my opponent does not have the best deck. He had a 60-card deck. He's playing with a real dual land. Maybe this is intentional. Maybe he just needs Death Touch or something. I don't know. I'll reserve judgment. He should have attacked there for sure, though. I guess he's going to double block. That would not make any sense. The one issue with testing decks now in Magic Online is the 5 games you have to play in a league are a lot of games. Wow. Oh, he's playing allies. Is this thing an ally? No. He's got this. This is an ally. I don't know what's going on here. I guess I'll take the 2-drop. I'm going to put this in the bottom. Alright, I don't know exactly what he's doing, but he clearly has something in mind. Because he's got the return ally stuff. I took the 2-drop even though he's got the thing that returns allies because that costs 5, so he's a little way away from that. This is not an ally. I don't know, maybe he's just got piecemeal deck together, I don't know. It happens. Not everybody has full collections on Magic Online. I certainly don't. I have to, whenever I build a deck, I have to go buy all my new cards. Drew another land. He's got good mana. He's got good new fast lands and stuff. Alright, he's getting that in this time. Just correctly. I'm going to attack and see what he does. And I think I'm just going to Thought Nazi him. If he blocks, I might Bearer of Silence him. Yeah, I probably will, actually. In. Alright, he did block. Yes. We got a couple guys in play. I can't return my Scrounger yet, but that's fine. If I draw a land, I have Reality Smasher. If I don't, I have Thoughts here. Good enough for me. There's a lot of damage, and quite quickly. There's another ally. Okay. So he definitely's got a little ally theme going on. I don't know what he's doing with it. It might be a little combo. Maybe, like I said, he probably just has a piecemeal deck. But you don't ever want to just write off an opponent, even if he does have a piecemeal deck. He's still got strong cards like that Sorin. If he hit all his land drops and just cast a Sorin against me, that would have been an obnoxious thing to play against, regardless of how good this guy's deck as a whole is. The only thing that he's got other good cards too. Drawn is another great ally with first strike. Still on 3, so I guess I'm going to take this 4-drop. I don't care about anything else. And then I'm just going to battle with the Reality Smasher. Actually, if I battle with everything, he kills something. How does this work out? He blocks there. Feel like I win. He could block. Yeah, I'm not sure how this goes badly for me. I think it's lethal. At those 2. Oh, that, sure. This block where he sacrifices 2 creatures is not lethal. But I lose nothing. So, pretty win-win for me. He's got no cards he can cast his hand, so he has to draw a 3-drop that's relevant on this board. Unfortunately, not the best first couple of matches for testing in terms of getting an idea in the metagame, but in terms of at least goldfishing and stuff, our deck's played out really well, or at least pretty well. I don't even know what I want to board in against this guy. He's got, I guess the Flaying Tendrils are quite good. At which point I want the Wasteland Strength. I'm going to take out a Reality Smasher. Collective Brutality is actually probably pretty good too. Take out the Keys to the City. Probably take out a Matter Reshaper. I also want this Warping Whale almost certainly. Sure, I'll take out one Scrounger. Down to 20 creatures, which is a little low, but I think with Flaying Tendrils it kind of makes sense. So we'll be right back for Game 2, Round 2 here momentarily. Alright, welcome back for Game 2 of Round 2 here. Our hand's keepable, not great, but I think our card quality is high enough that we'll probably be fine. And this is a really difficult hand to mulligan, no matter what you're playing against. Because it's certainly not a bad hand, it's just slightly clunky, a little slow. But we're on the draw, so we have some shots at some good cards. And if we're not drawing good cards, hopefully we're drawing lands to be able to cast these. Alright, Born Reef, turn 1. Get over our land. What you got for me? Zulaport, Cutthroat. True Reality Smasher, it's not great. Just gonna sit here. I could have played Bear of Silence there, but that's obviously not that great of a play. Oh, Copter. Alright, this guy's got cards. I was talking for no reason. Based on my hand here, I'm not going to have time to get this in the matchup. I'm not going to have time to get this Warren Reef active, so I'm just going to go ahead and play my guys at face value, which I think is fine. Matter Reshaper into Bear of Silence. Bear of Silence should clear the ground a little bit and turn off his copter. And if he overloads the board, instead I can take play Thought Knot's Ear and take like one of his remaining 1 or 2 cards. So it depends on how he plays this, but we'll see. Whew. Excuse me. I'm exhausted. Alright, discards a land. We take 3. What's this play? Transgress. Pretty strong. I have duplicates and then Reality Smashers, so it's not that harmful. So as of right now, I'm casting Bearer to kill his Cutthroat, turn off the Copter, get in for a little bit of damage. Oh yeah, he had double Transgress, so now I'm definitely making that play. But he's only got 2 cards left, so I feel pretty confident from this point forward. All of his cards were really good this game, by the way. So last game maybe was just an outlier, or we just saw his combo pieces when they didn't make a lot of sense. Oh, he took Reality Smasher that time. That's kind of strange. I drew a Warping Whale, which is interesting because it exiles his Cutthroat, but... I kind of want to play this. This is a bigger creature, and he's only got 2 cards in hand, so I could really screw up whatever he's got going on. And we know he has some powerful cards like Sorin and stuff in his deck. Cursed Witch, I don't care too much about. I guess I'll take the Cliffhaven dude. Alright, so he had a couple of stinkers in his hand. So yeah, this guy looks like he's currently fleshing out his collection, if I had to guess. I gave him the Witch, which doesn't allow Thought not to attack, but I don't think that'll last very long because I'm going to Warping Whale this Cutthroat, and then Bearer Silence his Witch right after. And I still get to attack a Matter Reshaper. The 2/4 would have held off Matter Reshaper and allowed Thought Knot's Ear to attack. Oh, okay. I can Bearer Silence supposed to counter. Probably just do that then. Oh, he sacrificed the Witch. I did not expect that. Alright, so next turn I have Warping Whale here or Bearer Silence. Either one's pretty strong. Oh, now Warping Whale's especially strong. Can animate a Copter, which is fine. I'm going to attack with Bearer and Matter Reshaper. I don't really care about any blocks here. And then I'm going to play Scrounger, put a counter on it, and it should be pretty good to either win or come really close to the following turn. Matter Shaper has gotten a lot better in these decks with Scrap Heap Scrounger and Smuggler's Copter both being pretty reasonable cards for it to spike in the mid to late game, as opposed to always just hitting lands or whatnot. I mean, it still can hit a land, but it's nice that the curve of the decks dropped down a little bit without the power level getting weak, since those two drops are just so incredibly strong. He is in the tank. Okay. So he's losing both of his creatures and getting out of it 1-2 life. Ruins that up. Sure. Get rid of his creature. Attack for 11, put a counter on my guy. Just wait on him to figure out what's going on here. Alright. Counter S6. He's got to kill 3 of our creatures. Seems difficult to do. I guess he could have Fumigate. Then he's got to deal with Scrap Heap Scrounger coming back as a 4/3 for at least 4 shots. Ruins is really good with Scrap Heap Scrounger coming back in the mid to late game. Alright, we got there. Interesting deck from our opponent. We didn't really get to see it do too much, but it had some interesting cards, and they seem to have some type of coherence. So something interesting to look at least. Meanwhile, our list is looking strong. One thing you have to... It is true, that type of deck that we just played against, you're not likely to face it at a Grand Prix. But your deck does need to be prepared for a lot of random stuff at a Grand Prix, because those first 5 rounds, anything can show up. We just had a modern Grand Prix which Scred Red won, and that won the entire thing. So if Scred Red can be found in a modern Grand Prix today, when all the combo decks are doing well and stuff, and you just randomly run into Scred Red, you'd be like, what the heck? You would be surprised to play Scred Red in round 1 of a modern tournament, let alone in the finals. So that same thing can happen in Standard. So even though that last deck was a little weird, we did get a little bit of kind of goldfish practice in, and it is important to make sure that you do beat up on the on those styles of decks, otherwise for Grand Prix at least. Otherwise, you'll never make it to the later rounds to beat all the stuff that you're expecting to beat. So, with that said, we'll move on to round 3 here momentarily. For TCGplayer.com, I'm Conley Woods. Be right back.